Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm really excited to be doing this video. I'm in Greendale. So there's a house that we are here to see and do a tour that is owned by a couple that lives in the UK. So they asked me to come and do a tour so that maybe one or two people who are also in the diaspora who are thinking of investing back in Zimbabwe, they might feel motivated, they might feel inspired to also invest like what they did. So just want to move around, see what they have done, the plans that they have with this place, so that even if you are also to invest, you feel inspired by this video. So without wasting much of your time, guys, let's get started. So please stay tuned. So this is where the house is. I'm sure you can see it's very close to Food Lovers Market. Close to Food Lovers Market. So yeah, this is the outside of the property. Just look how beautiful it is, guys. Okay, over here, so even if you're a guest, you can just go do the thing. Okay, Vura. Okay, and this is our driveway. So I'm going to start by showing you the outside of this house. I'm sure you can see how beautiful it is. And one thing that I love about this property, it also has a swimming pool. Okay. So this house, they bought it in 2000. Just imagine. They bought this house in 2000 and they've been maintaining it like it was built recently. I'm sure you can see. Okay, the lawn is well manicured. I'm sure you can see, and also have some flowers right here. Let me just show you some flowers that we have. Okay. So now I'm moving. So from the side that we have a swimming pool, this is the driveway that we have. And this is the way to the gate. And I know there might be people who are interested in knowing how big is the land, the stand size. So they said it's around 4,000 plus square meter stand. In the house, they are not really sure, since it's a house that they bought. But well, it's beautiful. So now we are moving Kupinda Mumba so that we can see how it is like. So please stay tuned. Okay. So we are right in the kitchen. These cupboards, they look new. I don't know if they did some renovations or what, I'm not sure. But the kitchen really looks intact. Okay, so from the kitchen we move right into the dining area. Wow. Like I mentioned, the stand size is around 4,490 square meters. I'm sure you can see how big it is. So from the information that they gave me, they said when they were building the cottage, it was a nightmare for them because there were so many challenges when they were building that house. They lost lots of money from Kubirwa, and also, you know, Shatno on this channel, how people, you trust people and in the end, they end up stealing from you. And the building had to be finished, but the roof had to be taken down and redone. Imagine. At times you might feel like I've done everything only for you to start again. Imagine taking down the roof, and at times if it's the type of roof like the one that you are seeing on their cottage, that roof is quite expensive. So for you to start again, yeah, it's really something else. And they also, the ceiling, they said it was also redone. Unfortunately, we can't get inside the cottage because right now there's someone who is occupying that cottage. But they also had to redo the ceiling. So imagine some of the challenges that you face, and yeah, some of the challenges many people face while trying to build back home. So I don't know. At times I feel you also need to be on the ground for you to see what's happening, how people are handling everything, or maybe to have a project manager, like what we always encourage each other. Project managers, they are really important. Yes, at times we just take it for granted and stuff, but project managers, they are really important. From the lesson of building the cottage, she said, in fact, I was talking to the lady mostly. She said, if I'm to redo this project again, maybe I would come physically and inspect my projects on my own so as to save money from what happened previously for them. Here we are in the dining area, like I mentioned, and I love the setup in this dining area. The curtains, yeah, modern stuff. For the curtains, modern stuff, and I love the dining sets that we have. It gives that royal kind of vibe. Okay. And everything, it's really intact, it's in place. Okay. Look what we have here. Wow. It's nice. So now we are moving on to the next room that we have. So there's something that I'm loving here. Just look at this. Wow. Just having your photos. Okay, this is beautiful. So this passage also leads you straight to the kitchen. Okay. Then we also have another passage, but we are going to go there. Firstly, we have to go to the lounge. So there's the solar system that we have here. I would love to know how big it is. So this is the door that you use to go straight to the side where we have our pool. But unfortunately, for today, we can't go that side. There are some maintenances that are being done. Okay, now we are moving right into the dining area.
And now President Trump is talking
Wow.
about escalating it even further. What he specifically said is that
And we have news playing. Ah, Sky News. And I love how neat it is. Can you see this, guys? Really beautiful. Starting from 11:45 p.m. GMT tomorrow. So this house, they are also using it as a guest house, a family home. Maybe if you are in the diaspora, you just feel like you want to come home and have a home to yourself. Yeah, then this is definitely the perfect place where you can come. And specifically talked about desalinization and targeting desalination, facilities in the Gulf. Now, the Gulf states are very dependent on desalination. Okay. Just to look at Qatar. Qatar gets 99% of its drinking water by. Yeah, it's really beautiful. So on this one, I also asked, how are they managing to have something like this, maintaining something like this? Because I'm sure you can see how neat it is, how well kept this house is. So they said it's not really easy to maintain a house, or even to do any kind of project when you are far away from home. And it comes with a lot of hidden costs. So once each and every month, I have to pay a caretaker to look after the place. So imagine each and every month there's someone who will be taking care of the place, the caretaker. Then there's electricity maintaining. I'm sure you can see, like I mentioned, but right now there's Sky News playing, so which means there's electricity that has to be paid for each and every month. Even when guests comes, they also have to have electricity. But one thing that I loved, like I mentioned, they also have backup power, which also makes it very, very easier for them. So, and also once maintaining the solar system, at times, with the solar systems, at times it's here and there, but they are always making sure that they maintain everything. One thing that I also loved when I came to this place, when I arrived, in fact, I saw there are a lot of cameras at this particular place. So when it comes to security, yeah, they are really covered. And they had to see me while they are in the UK when I got to the gate, and they said, okay, wait, there's someone who's coming to open for you. So yeah, that's when I noticed there are so many cameras. So making sure security is always in place is also a challenge, because my challenge is they have to make sure that zvagadziriswa, and once these things, they don't stop just because you're not at home. You're not home. Azvimirire kufunga kuti munhu ari kudiaspora, everything has to be maintained like you are at home. And one thing, like I mentioned, you saw that the lawn is well manicured. Each and everything here is just looking beautiful. So yeah. And we have also had some issues before. Our bore pump was actually stolen at one point, but they had lucky because the insurance helped them to recover. So it's also a lesson to some of the people who are also investing back home, to make sure that you also have your things insured. I know when it comes to insurance, there are people who take this part for granted, but it's really important to have your things insured in case of things like this, your system being installed, even your house at times, fire might damage your property. And if your property is not insured, then it means you just lose everything just like that. So it's really important for people to insure your properties. And also, to be honest with you, Tarika, it can be quite stressful managing everything from abroad. You're always thinking, is everything okay back home? But with the right people on the ground and some systems in place, it becomes a bit more manageable. Like I said, the cameras, they are helping them to see who comes in and who goes out of this place. So when something happens, it's very easy to see who was involved, who did this, who did what. So I'm sure you understand. And for the cottage, they are renting it out, like I said. Let's move on to the next. So let's move to the next. We are going to the bedrooms. Okay, so this is the first bedroom. So all in all, it's a 4-bedroomed house. including the master bedroom. Okay, and I love the carpets, fitted carpets. You see, they are really clean, nice. And to be honest, guys. Okay, so this is what we have. It's just a bed over here, our headboard, and this side drawers. Then we also have a mirror there where you can just see yourself, and the fitted wardrobes. Okay, let's move on to the next room. I don't know, should I start with the right one or the left? Let's start with the right one, where I'm pointing my camera. So this is the second bedroom. In here, we have our headboard also, and our side drawers, our bed. And there's a side lamp there. Oh, this is kind of photo style. You can see that. Then we also have our mirror over there. So one thing that I love, I don't know, maybe most people, they underestimate this, but you see what they did even with the blankets. It makes it feel like it's more homely, because some people, they don't want those setups where you just have white linen everywhere. But with these designs for blankets, my bed covers and all, it also just makes you feel like you're at home, because it's not every household that uses those white linens. Or yeah, I'm sure you understand what I mean. So if you're someone who wants a very, very comfortable place to just sit, to just relax, to just rewind, then this place is definitely for you. Yeah. Or even if you visit Harare for the first time and you don't even know where to go, then you can just come to this place and relax. And you have all this main house to yourself. How good is that? Okay, now we are moving on to the next. This is the bedroom number 3. Wow. Okay, I guess this is pure leather. Yeah, this is pure leather. Okay, in this room, what we have, we also have our headboard, side drawers, our bed over here, our side drawers, our mirror over there, and also a linen line. Wow, I love this. Okay. And I also had to ask them, Kuti, so do you really think, Kuti, it's worth it building back home? Was it worth it for you? Or even buying this property, was it really worth it for you? And the answer was yes, it's 100% worth it. And that home, like this home that you're seeing, it's just more than bricks and mortar. It's more like a family home. And it's a family home for them, and it might also be a family home for you if you visit this place. As we lived there, we have created memories there, and it's a place we will always come back to. I know there are people who just think investing back home is just a waste of time, waste of resources. There's nothing that can come out of that place. But just having a place like this, because one thing that I have to tell you guys, these people who owns this property, they also have another property where they are living. Not just one property. I would love to believe many properties there, but they just felt we have to invest in something back home. And many people, they think that once you are outside of Zimbabwe, then there's no longer life for you. back here home. And the moment that you have children outside of Zim, it might be also difficult to think of coming back home, to think of investing. I've had so many conversations with a lot of people saying that I've lived there for the past 30 years, 20 years or so. I had kids when we were in the UK, but for my kids to think of coming back home, it's another story. So we are now feeling that in as much as we are missing home, in as much as we think of investing back home, but just because our kids, they are not even interested in hearing anything to do with Zimbabwe, then even our dreams, they are also shattered. There's nothing that we can do when it comes to building back in Zimbabwe. So what I think, what I feel is when you have kids, especially when you are living there, I think it's also best you try and mold your kids in a certain way that makes them really feel interested in every conversation that involves Zimbabwe. Because when you are having conversations just saying, Zimbabwe yakaoma, there's nothing that comes out of Zimbabwe, then it becomes something else. And your kids will just hate Zimbabwe. And for this, I'm just talking, or maybe I'm just saying it for the benefit of those who are still new in the diaspora, who are still feeling good, we can't do anything back home. But yeah, there's a lot that can come out of Zimbabwe, trust me. Even, okay, maybe to start with, I have to mention that this couple, they've been in the UK since 1997. So I'm sure you can see it's been it should be 29 years, right? Yeah, for those who are good at mathematics, please help me on that one. But it should be 29 years they've been in the UK. So you don't have any excuse. You don't have any excuse not to do something here in Zimbabwe. They said even if we are away now, we know one day we'll live there again, or our children will. And it's part of our roots where we truly belong. Because when we are in the UK, this is not where we belong. This is a foreign land, and no matter how we try to fit in that environment, it will never be our home. It will never be our roots. So this home, it will always remind us that Zimbabwe is our home. Sometimes you would really think, what if I had invested that money differently? Especially when you look at the cost of maintaining it from abroad. But the honest truth is not everything is about profit. And maybe that's where most people lose it. Like right now you are living in the UK, but there will always come a time where you want to come back home, where you want to have your life in Zimbabwe. Unotangira papi when you don't have any kind of structure. Because I know when you're out there, you're trying, you're working yourselves, you're working so hard for your life, you're working so hard to earn a living. And at times I'm muchitobata mari dzakawanda, but muchito maybe sponsoring mahabits evanhu vari kuno kuZimbabwe, sponsoring malifestyles evanhu vari kuno kuZimbabwe, forgetting about your own selves, which is something that is really important. And maybe if you're someone who has not even been thinking of doing something back home, you have to go back to the drawing board and think of what you really want to do with your life. State what you want. If the life that you want is the life in the UK, then, or maybe the life in the diaspora, then so be it. But if you're someone who have got plans of investing back home, so you have to go to the drawing board and think of, when am I going to start this dream? If you haven't started, when am I going to start this dream? When am I going to put this plan that I have into action? When is everything going to manifest? When is everything going to take shape? You have to ask yourself some hard questions, because time waits for no one. That's a fact, guys. Time waits for no one. Anyway, I think I'm talking too much. Let's move to the next. That is the toilet that we have. Okay. And from here, we move on to the bathroom. So we have a tub over here. Then we also have a shower over there. Okay. So this door right here, it leads to their the master bedroom, but unfortunately it's closed because this is the room that has got most of their stuff. I just want you to see how clean these tiles are, guys, as I'm moving. Yeah. I've heard so many people saying, black tiles, they are not really good, but just look at this. How beautiful they look. And baba, they are being cleaned. Okay. So this is the side where we have the cottage. And just look how well manicured the lawns are, guys. I think I've mentioned this and I'll mention this again. Even the shrubs that we have, everything just looks beautiful. So this is the cottage that they built in 2021. This one that you are seeing. And like you are seeing, this is the roof that they said they had to redo the roof again. So you can just imagine. Kuti vanhu pamunenge muchibira vanhu mari paya, you are just making life hard for someone who has invested in whatever that person will be doing. So yeah. Okay. This place is really refreshing, guys. I don't want to lie. Very refreshing. Look at this big tree that I have. So one thing that you have to know, guys, is Kuti, some investments are about identity, security, and legacy. For them, this home, it gives them a sense of grounding and something no balance or no bank balance can ever replace. So for them, they have no regrets at all. This project was really worth it for them. And wherever they are really happy with what they have done back home. They are really happy with the investments that they have done here in Zimbabwe. So yourself, you have to ask your question. You have to ask yourself a question. Am I happy where I am? Am I happy with the decisions that I'm making for myself right now? Am I happy with what I'm planning, with the finances that I have at this moment? Yeah, that's why you see most of the time I always come with the projects that will be done in Zimbabwe, the developments and stuff. I always come to show you guys, this is what is happening. People are investing in this and this way. This is where you can buy land. This is just to motivate people to feel the urge, to feel the need to invest back home, because without seeing some of the developments that will be happening, people, they tend to relax. And this message doesn't even apply to those who are in the diaspora only. It also applies even if you are living in Zimbabwe right now. No matter the life that you are living, no matter what you are doing, you also have to have a place that you call your own. I know there are people, there's someone who once quoted a scripture for me. I don't know the scripture, but maybe no one knows here, but that person, it's a scripture. I was too lazy to just research on that scripture that he said. Hansi, Tari, yes, whatever that you say is true, and we are trying and all that, but we also have to know that even in the Bible, I don't know, this is what he said. And even in the Bible, Mwari vakatotaura vakati kune vamwe vachafa vari varombo, then kune vamwe vachafa vari vapfumi. So isusu hedu vamwe takutongozviisa kusaidi revarombo. Then I was like, no, you can't do that, because I believe in everything that you want to do. It's all about the mindset. The moment you put your mind up for it, then you can always achieve whatever that you want. Saka, I don't know, guys. But this is what I just wanted to show you. This is the house that is owned by a couple that lives in the diaspora. They've done so well for themselves, and I just want to applaud them for that. It's not easy building back home, but like I said, when you put your mind for it, it becomes easy and it becomes manageable. Okay guys, so this is all that we had for today, and I hope you really enjoyed watching this video, and I hope you also felt inspired to start something right here in Zimbabwe. So up until next time, cheers.